All right. So the girlies want to go shopping, but let me make sure my mic is on. Yes. So the girls want to go shopping, but they have a concern. So me and my team, we definitely have compiled a lot of shopping concerns, whether it's online, in person, and I'm going to give you some stylist strategies and advice, depending on the type of question, how deep we can go. I'm going to give you some tips. And now, why am I the person to be giving my input on this or strategies? I'm not just some girl on the internet that you just stumbled across, but I've definitely put my foot in, my 10,000 out, more than 10,000 hours in with various companies like Gap, Forever 21 at the height of the career, Juicy Couture, Louis Vuitton, The Real. I have worked hand in hand as far as doing some visual merchandising as well as styling, and that kind of just goes hand in hand, as well as just me having my own clientele when it comes to personal styling and image consulting. And I'm not just in some small town. I used to live in the New Jersey area, but before that, I've definitely lived in Las Vegas. I worked on the Strip when it came to the Forever 21 at the height of its career. I worked in Louis Vuitton in New Jersey at one of the highest, I don't want to say highest paying, but the one that has the biggest revenue stream in New Jersey, and I want to say New York as well, but the numbers fluctuate. But needless to say, I wanted to get into it. I'm going to break this up into 3 different sections. So this one will be in person. We're going to tap into in person because my target audience when it comes to people I actually style, I'm not just like an internet stylist. The people that I actually style, they are more on the mature side. So getting to them and speaking to those who actually do like to shop. And honestly, it is how a lot of women shop. We need to touch, we need to feel, we need to see it on. A lot of us are not visual creatures. I know this is a very visual driven type of environment landscape that social media has pushed upon us, but still a lot of us cannot paint the picture of how certain things will look, or they just don't understand the formula of what works for their body shape. So if you're watching this for free, you guys will see a nice portion of it. If you guys are a part of the virtual community on Substack, yes, we are definitely building out on Substack. You will get the full version and lots more of the in-depth information. Excuse me. So I hope you guys are ready. Let's dive into hello. I'm giving y'all the shopping experience. I told my team I know somebody said to do like shopping bags, but I'm like, I mean, it's cool and all, but like, let's have some fun. I wanted to have some fun, some perks. So I'm definitely going to be giving you guys some experiences behind the scenes, those of you who have the vertical view, because I am recording on 2 different cameras. Hey, y'all over there on the second camera. I wanted to give an experience as if you are in stores, boutiques, like you're shopping, the fitting room, you're browsing, just the whole different experience, because I have experience doing visual merchandising. That is also part of my background, my story. So I love it. This right here is an actual pop-up that I did in 2024. This is one of the concepts that I had. So this is actually a real shopping experience. No, I do not have clothes yet, but when I was doing a tour for my book, What You Mean, shout out to y'all who purchased it, it was important to have a concept. So this is one of the backdrops. Let me show y'all the shopping bag. All right, so this is the shopping bag of MIIEN Consultancy. All right, next in-person shopping concern. I get stuck in a rut buying the same styles over and over again. This is very common. I actually used to do this a lot in my college years because it was what I can afford. But when it comes to other people, they just feel comfortable in these silhouettes. Maybe it's what gets you through the door, or you get a lot of compliments, or you see that this formula is working, or maybe you just don't want to step outside of your comfort zone. There's just so many different things. This is more of like a psychology type of thing. I would need to like tap into your mind. I can't really give you a straight cutthroat type of answer. And also, those of you who are just now finding me, I'm going to let you know I'm not with the trendy and give you cookie cutter type of things. I am very comprehensive, strategic, and really tap into what's going on with my clients so that they could kind of break the habit or ease out of, I don't want to say break out of the habit, but like ease out of the habit so that they can get to the root of the problem. So, don't feel bad that the takeaway I'm going to say is don't feel bad because a lot of people like familiarity. Sorry, I cannot say it right now, but a lot of people are not, a lot of people can't break out of that familiarity type of ordeal. So don't feel bad about that. But I would need to know the root of, why are you out of this rut? So, all right. So maybe we'll do a part 2 right back. And if this is you, definitely let me know down below in the comments. All right. And definitely join the crew as well. All right, let's move on to the next in-person shopping concern. I struggle to find clothes that work for my specific lifestyle or need. Example, professional, traveling, girls' night out, lounging, cooking, gardening. This is a good question. Here's a strategy. I specifically have a system when I am doing an assessment, well, not an assessment, but just like a makeover or a closet audit. And it's also in my book, What You Mean. This is definitely not a sales pitch, but in the book, in chapter 1, called the M, which stands for mission. I need to know, what is your mission? Like, what is your reasoning for shopping? What is your reasoning for how I'm going to sort the closet? X, Y, and Z. I have in the book, I'm walking you through how to identify what's the percentage of, your lifestyle. Do you spend 40% of it in work clothes and then 10% when loungewear? Like you need to be able to section off what percentage of your closet or your wardrobe or your lifestyle is in these different sectors of life. All right, next shopping concern. I'm not sure if the clothes are actually high quality or just look good on the hanger. Oh, this is a good question. I call this the hanger appeal. People really style clothes really, really good on the hanger. You know what? I have a picture with it. Hold on. So this is what I like to call the hanger appeal. It'll be on a hanger or a mannequin, but yet when you try it on, it's like, girl, this don't look nothing like how it look on the hanger. Well, what is on the hanger, it's just hanging. It's giving you, it's like a teaser, like an appetizer type of thing. But when you put your body in it, which is probably curves or just some dimension, then it gives a different type of illusion. So why doesn't it? Yeah, I'm not sure about the actual high quality or just the hanger appeal. So these are 2 different questions. High quality, where are you shopping? Because high quality, I'm thinking of fabric. I need to kind of I want to dissect it, but I don't want to assume. So I'm not sure about what you mean when you say high quality. High quality if you're in certain stores like the fast fashion, unfortunately, you get what you get. I mean, some of them are selling the same thing. I definitely would know that. But the second question, they just look good on a hanger. That is what I call the hanger appeal, where it's styled to kind of just give you the appetizer, to kind of just quench your hunger, but you still want more. And that more for you as a person, as the consumer, is to try it on, and maybe you will consider to purchase it. So it's definitely a marketing tactic. I mean, I would know, I work in marketing. Hello. But knowing your body shape. Have you done a body shape assessment? That is very important. The reason why I say this is because when you know your body shape assessment, you know what works, what silhouettes, what works for your body shape. Because let me tell you this quick story. I went to a couple of some textile trade shows, and I saw this design. She had this amazing jumpsuit on. It looked so good, and she was petite. I'm saying this because I'm not a petite woman. I'm a bit on the athletic body shape type of feel. So I told her she looked good. This looked really, really good. She told me she was a designer. She wanted to sell it, but I'm just like, I need to try it on because, baby, I have a little bit of body, a lot of bit more body than you. You are an itty bitty girl, and I am a bit on the muscular side. I have very athletic legs, and I don't have hips, but still, the draping and yeah, it looks good on you, but it may not look good on me. And that is similar to the hanger appeal. You need to kind of just know what your body shape is, because certain things, straight off the gate, will not look good. It's just like the same thing where you see two girls wearing the same outfit. One looks amazing, the other one, not so much. All right. So I hope this was helpful. The first half, the high quality part, I'm not sure what you mean by high quality, but read the tags. I know a lot of us don't do it. Some of us don't read the ingredients or the label on food. You definitely should read the tag on clothes. It would be very, very helpful. But just off the gate, if you're in certain stores, I mean, what do you expect? All right. So I hope this was helpful, and on to the next. All right, so let's move on to the next concern. How to stop obsessing over buying something. I like this. How to obsess. This is another like psyche type of question that needs to be tapped into. And there's just so many thoughts that just came to my mind. Like, what are you obsessing? Are you obsessing over stuff like this? Are you obsessing over the sale? Are you obsessing over the clearance and how low it is? Like, what is it? There's just so many ways to pick this question apart. I would need to have you in front of, but you kind of need to reflect on, what are you obsessing? That is the key thing that is like you need to zero in to kind of just get to the root. Like, what is it? How are you just looking? Like, are you trying to keep up a persona? Like, what are you obsessing over? There's not something that I can kind of give you to strategize. You kind of need to dissect, like, what is driving you to obsession. And I've given you a couple of questions to kind of just ask yourself, and definitely comment down below. If you are someone like this, definitely comment down below, no judgment. But dissecting these things is very important. If you are just looking for a quick fix, a band-aid, I'm not your girl, keep it moving. But, find out what you're obsessing and where did it come from? When did it start? Was it always like this? Like, I have questions beyond, just the fashion. I really want to drive into like, what are you obsessing over? So I hope this was helpful. I hope this was a start to finding out what your concerns are. It's not more so the shopping thing is you got to get to the root of it. You got to get to the root of that. All right. All right. Let's go on to the next one. Next concern, is it cheaper to buy online or in stores? That is a good question. It varies. If it's a boutique, you know what? It's very hard to say now. Honestly, it used to be online sometimes, and then in stores would have like their own type of deals as well. But since everyone is online and just buying stuff online, or just integrated their stuff through different types of platforms like Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, or maybe they have like a third party, it's honestly hard to say which one. You will need to just go on your phone and just check to see what is the cheapest route. That is not like a straightforward. You kind of just need to keep a daily check on that. But I would honestly have to say it used to be online. Sometimes it is online, depending who it is, what brands, but it's hard to say now in this climate, especially with this climate of fashion. Fashion is kind of on rocky grounds because a lot of stuff is exported from other countries and the tariffs, and a lot of businesses are kind of struggling or trying to figure out what is the next steps for their business, or if their business will have a next step. So just in a nutshell, it's kind of hard to say. All right, so I hope this advice was helpful for you. All right, let's move on to the next in-person shopping concern. The lighting in dressing rooms are terrible, and I feel unflattered. Baby, don't I know a little bit of something about this? I've definitely taken a couple of courses at Fashion Institute of Technology, New York, FIT, pertaining to visual merchandising and store displays, and just interning as well as working at different locations, not just locations in the same area, but different parts of the world, East and West Coast, and also Texas and Florida. But a lot of people do not consider the lights. They are more emphasized on other areas of the store. I'm kind of giving you guys the inside scoop. But a lot of people who design the stores, depending on the store's budget, I'm speaking as far as chains as well as boutiques, and also pop-ups as well. But a lot of people do not consider the lighting or the fitting room. Is very much so last on the list. All right, next concern. I get overwhelmed by crowds in messy stores. Ooh, this don't touch my soul. I'm not like a person that likes to be around crowds either, but I like this question. I definitely resonate with it, but this is definitely all about timing your shopping, knowing what time of day things are busy. I know a lot of people work different times and certain days you can't go, but going like during the week, or maybe you want to go during your lunch break if it's close enough. But strategizing the time and the days is very, very crucial, and that also does play a part in the messiness. So if you're going on a Friday, especially on a Friday, depending on, the later of the day, it may be messy, because a lot of the time Friday is when a lot of people get paid, and that's when they want to go shopping, and also things are happening, events are happening, so they're going somewhere, they're looking for stuff. So strategizing your shopping on the days that people are not expecting, I would honestly pick the days like Sunday afternoon, Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm a little iffy unless you're going as soon as the stores are opening. Events are happening definitely on Wednesday, or people are starting to prepare for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So my strategy would definitely suggest you go Sunday afternoon, well, late Sunday afternoon, because some people want to be in their home or having dinner, preparing for work for Monday. So go in late Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and like when the store is opening on Wednesday. That is my suggestion, strategy. You'll definitely see a significance of how the store is not messy. It's more clean because a lot of people have not been there unless it's a holiday, because people are taking off. You do have to take that into consideration, factor that in. But normally you'll see a drastic change because there was less foot traffic, as they would say. All right. So I hope this was helpful. All right. So on to the next in-person shopping concern. I'm scared to wear new clothes or fashion trends and don't know how to look current without trendy. I love this question a lot because it's not only you being intentional about just you trying to shop, but also just the projection of where you're trying to go. So, of course, what are you scared about? But most importantly, what is trendy to you? Trendy I know it goes ebbs and flows, and you don't want to look like, or maybe trendy is looking like a lot of people, but what is it about you being scared? Like, are you pivoting your career? Are you changing? Have you been seeing changes in your lifestyle? Like, what are you scared about? But when it comes to just trying new things, it doesn't have to be so abrasive and all at once. All right, on to the next. I feel uncomfortable trying on clothes in fitting rooms. I like this question. There is a sense of like vulnerability when you are changing, even though it is like a covered area, but there is just a piece of you that you kind of just need to be vulnerable. And it's also like a rush type of environment, depending on what day it is, what time of day, what's happening. You kind of need to get in, get out, make that decision. And it's just like a vulnerable and just not personable type of experience. So I definitely understand that you can feel uncomfortable trying on clothes because not only do you have to change, it can be like an awkward experience for you, but you just don't have the shoes with it. Or sometimes some women do bring their shoes with them to try on stuff, but a lot of times they don't. The lighting might be off. It's just a very uncomfortable experience sometimes, a lot of the times. So, bringing a friend can definitely be an ease when it comes to shopping. If not a friend, befriend one of the sales associates. That is definitely a way to kind of ease your nerves. If you're one of those people who like to kind of just make friends or talk to people randomly, that is definitely a way. Or befriend somebody in the stores. Like, try it out and see. Or if you're one of the girlies who are very vocal and vulnerable with their audience on social media, bring them along. Bring them along on a live and let them see how certain things look. and so that you can kind of take the edge off of your nerves, if that is the case of being like uncomfortable, because there's so many ways for women to be uncomfortable. I'm just naming I'm just thinking of you being kind of nervous or anxious, but there's just so many different factors. So I hope that was helpful. All right, let's move on to the next in-person shopping concern. I don't know how to put outfits together creatively. Listen, everybody's not creative. It's okay to not be a creative. I just want to start that out. But if you are among people who are, or just feel like you have to, you definitely don't. I just want to put that out there. But if you are trying to put in the efforts of creating or be creative, the easiest way is definitely color blocking. Read up on the color wheel and just understanding the primary and secondary colors, so that you know what colors go well with each other, and you can kind of create that creative type of canvas with your fashion. Another way, the easiest way, is accessories. All right, on to the next concern. I don't know my size. Everything fits differently. I like this question because I can give you guys some insights. As I mentioned earlier in this video, if you guys haven't checked out the full video, the beginning, I am not some girl on the internet just running my mouth, but I have definitely did my 10,000 hours working in the fashion industry, whether it was styling. I don't do celebrity styling, but personal styling, image consulting. I've done editorials for magazines, e-commerce styling, as well as visual merchandising. And now I've been tapping into working with fashion designers in design and product development. So a lot of designers have their own measurement system within their brands. I know when you see a size chart, you think it's just universal, but designers definitely have their way of designing. So if sometimes they cut under the seam, or some of them cut above. So depending on which one they do, that is taking off a half an inch or inch or however much else from the seams when they're cutting it. So that leads it to being more of a little bit smaller, a little bit more snug. So when you are a size from one brand, you may be something different with another brand. And that's because designers have their own way of designing and cutting and sewing within the seams, under the seams. It's all different within their company. They have their own proprietary. So it's just like how you go to one house or one marriage, it operates one way, another marriage operates another way. It's the same thing with designers. How they design and construct their garments, it's definitely different. It may be similar, but it's definitely different. We all don't know. And that is why you may be a size 4 in one brand, but the other one, the size 6 is fitting very, very tug. It's very, very loose. Like this shirt right here is a small, but it's fitting like a medium. And if you are trying on things that are European style, they are even cut even smaller. So I am just giving you guys the insight of me being in the lab with a lot of these designers, as well as just reading and taking classes, and just tightening up on my sewing skills. That is how some of these clothes work. So I hope this was very, very helpful. It is a strategy that I would tell you is to take your own measurements. If you can't take your own measurements, go to a seamstress or tailor, tell them that you need measurements for something, and have them take all of your measurements around your bust, your stomach, your hips, your thighs, your inseams. Take it all over and carry that. Take that note, keep that note forever, and then when you are out shopping, ask them for their size so that you can compare your notes with theirs. So that is a strategy, the advice as well as some insight so that you can shop better. All right. Let's go on to the next in-person shopping concern. I'm on a budget and I feel like I can't afford fashionable clothes. Girl, fashionable clothes. I hope you don't think fashionable clothes are just the luxury name brand fashion houses. You do know that you can go to like TJ Maxx or Marshalls or Burlington. A lot of wealthy people shop there. You do know this. And also thrift stores, Goodwill. None of these people are sponsoring me, but people shop there. I know we see the celebrities walk into these stores like Chanel and Louis Vuitton and stuff like that, but some of those stuff that are damaged inside, some of those stuff that's damaged and they can't sell it to like other stores or other third parties, then they sell it to the Burlingtons and the TJ Maxx and the Marshalls. And you know how there's like certain color codes on those tags? It's because it's coming from that store, but it's damaged. And the people who do the repairs at the TJ Maxx's or the Marshalls, they have their people kind of fix it up so that it's sellable to you. So don't think that because you're not walking into these Louis Vuitton, these Gucci's, or whatever the case may be, sweetheart, a lot of these wealthy people don't care about fashion as long as it is clean, pristine. They don't want all that labels. They rather put their wealth into, real estate, stocks, their trusts, and life insurance and stuff like that, or their kids. And the clothes can be very minimalistic, and it could be flamboyant when they go to like philanthropy work or go to like a meeting or something like that. A lot of them shop at TJ Maxx or Marshalls. I actually will be stepping into both of those stores to see what the sales are like for back to school. So you're gonna have to stay tuned, because this is a series of me just seeing what is going on with the sales. Being fashionable, I hope you just are not correlating that to you wearing the latest and greatest brands, because you don't have to do that. Go into those stores, or if you're okay with going to like the secondhand stores, you will be very surprised. Or even going on eBay. eBay is very slept on. I know everyone is so gung-ho on Amazon, but going on eBay and finding some vintage stuff, you'll be very amazed at that stuff as well. All right. So I hope this was a helpful strategy and advice for you to be fashion forward. Don't think you need to step in those stores. If you think you do, sweetheart, do what you gotta do. Stack your money, or spend reasonably and step into those Marshalls, those TJ Maxx, those Home Goods. I know that only sells furniture, but sometimes they sell clothes as well and shoes. And don't nobody gotta know. Like, you got the clothes on. Clothes come and go. All right. Let's go on to this next concern. All right, so if you are in store shopping, here's a concern. I don't know how to mix and match items effectively in the store. I like this because it's very candid, and a lot of people are not visual. They think they are, but when it comes to stuff like this, it's kind of like tricky. So when you are trying to mix and match, how intense are you trying to mix and match? And what I mean by that is, are you trying to mix like the colors, or are you trying to break up a set and put it with something else? There's just so many different ways to mix and match an outfit. I would kind of need to know a little bit more details, but when it comes to mixing and matching, the easiest way is to find a color that's very close to it. Like if it's a red in there, see if the red looks good, flat lay it, don't be rushed by it, or just get a solid white shirt. Another way is, if it's red, pick colors that complement the red, maybe like a darker red or maybe like a tan. Understanding the color wheel and what colors complement red, or maybe like another shade of blue, depending on what other colors are in the outfit. There's just so many ways that you could kind of just mix and match. I'm not really sure which way you are trying to mix and match. Are you mixing and matching with the colors, or are you trying to just break apart the set? So that's definitely one of my strategies. But when you are doing it in store, you can flat lay it on the table. Don't be rushed, or go to the fitting room and ask the girls who are there, ask them for a top and a bottom hanger, and put the items on the hanger and do it on the hanger like this. Make sure that you can kind of see the full outfit on the hanger like this, so that you can visually see how it looks, if it looks good to your standard, if not. I hope this was a very helpful strategy. So I hope you guys we're done, but I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of shopping concerns. This one was in store. The next one we will do the online. Definitely comment down below, join our Substack to join the conversation about what you learned, if you're going to try anything, if you've tried it and it didn't work, or how did it go. And also, if you have any extra feedback or concerns about online shopping regarding clothes, shoes, or apparel, drop it in our Substack community, because it will be a discussion. Do remember that the full version will be on Substack, and the preview will only be on the YouTube and other streaming platforms. So I hope you guys enjoy. Definitely let me know down below in the comments. Check out our article. And if you're interested in my book, What's Your Meme? Discover Your Fashion Identity, where I give you the play-by-play on how to do a makeover inside and out, you can hit the link in the description and it'll be shipped out to you as well. And also check out our playlist. We did a playlist, me and my team. It is very high energy, so if you don't like Jersey Club or fast-paced hip-hop driven, R&B driven songs, then this is not for you. But it is available on Substack as well as SoundCloud and YouTube. It may show, but it may not because of copyright, unfortunately. But SoundCloud, you don't have to sign up. You can it's open. You can definitely hear it, jam it, but definitely go on our Substack. You can play it with no commercials. That is open to the public and enjoy. So definitely check that out, because it's there to fuel creativity. That's what it does for us. We will be doing the next one, the second to last Thursday of August. I think our theme is going to be vacation energy. We're still playing around with it, but each playlist will be definitely a different concept and a different vibe and a different tone in X, Y, and Z. So, and also just continue checking out our Pinterest for inspiration. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next one. Well, hey, girl. I know you enjoyed that content, but baby, you need a MIIEN pass. Yes. And what you could do with that MIIEN pass is get exclusive content, whether it's insights, Q&A, specifically for my community on the MIIEN virtual consultancy, or just content specifically for this group, Q&A backstage, and just so much more. I know you enjoyed it, so just come along with a group full of people who care about looking good. All right. I'll see you on the flip side. All right.